Some of the travel tips that I would like to provide for the traveling public is, number one, you can travel with a firearm, but the firearm needs to be in a locked case in your checked baggage. Please, before you start packing, empty your backpacks out, empty your carry-ons out, empty everything that you have all the way to the bottom. Sometimes things get left behind that we might not be aware that's there. Empty everything out, start from fresh. Again, we do not want to have any types of firearms or prohibited items in our carry-on bags. Another point is we want to ensure that individuals come a little bit early. We don't want it to be a rush. We want to make sure that they have all of their items, in their carry-on. We want to make sure that they have their ID on them, they have a passport, driver's license, a specific ID. We want to make sure that all of their items are in their carry-on bags. Everything emptied out of your pockets. You don't want to make sure your keys, things like that, everything needs to be put into your carry-on. It definitely helps when you're getting through security to be a little bit more efficient. What we also want to make sure is that they have their driver's license out. The driver's license or passport, when you actually walk up to the ticket document checker, they're going to ask you for that. It also helps the line process a little bit faster. Another tip is we want to ensure that the liquids, aerosols, or gels that they have is no more than 3.4 ounces. We want to make sure that everything is under that. They can put all of their liquids, gels, and aerosols into a 1-gallon bag, and they can keep that inside their carry-on. They do not have to take that out and put that into the bin. Everything can be kept into the carry-on. They do not have to worry about taking out all of their different things. In fact, we want to keep everything all into one small item, and everything is going to go into the bin. Pre-check is also important. If they get pre-check, they can keep their shoes on, they can keep their light jackets on, they can go through the line quicker. We want to ensure that everybody understands that pre-check is valuable, definitely for processing through the airport a little bit quicker. Another travel tip is Real ID. Real ID is an enhanced security feature on your driver's license or on your state ID. The Real ID feature is ensuring that there is an enhanced security within that ID. It cannot be duplicated, and it is another aspect to where there's not going to be a fraudulent aspect to it. What we're trying to do is we're trying to ensure that we can validate who you are. We can validate the authenticity of that driver's license, of that state ID. With Real ID, the security enhancement feature for it is to make sure that there's no tampering with that ID. The no tampering feature is very large for us. It's a very big aspect to make sure that if you're traveling on a commercial aircraft, if you're going into a federal facility, we know and we can validate that that ID is not tampered with. I'm trying to cut this up so you can have sound bites also and that I don't over talk myself.
Into the deadline?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Hit the deadline?
Deadline, yeah, I got that down.
May 27th. Remove some May.
The only other reason I'm also nervous about this is my PA called this morning and said, you guys are going to be the first one in the nation talking about this right now after the White House put out that lovely article. So, that's awesome. Yeah. No pressure. No pressure at all. Yeah. And my PA girl was like, how about it? Deuces. Yeah.
She got faith in you, so do we.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. For Real ID, we will be having no extension for the Real ID deadline. The deadline for Real ID is May 7th. We have 8 months for Real ID and for moving forward with the Real ID initiative. What TSA would like for the individuals and for the traveling public to know is that we might be finding that there are travel delays after the May 7th deadline. We want individuals to know that it is your best interest to get Real ID prior to that. Real ID, again, is an enhanced security feature on your driver's license that helps us with ensuring that you are exactly who you are within your driver's license or your state ID.